When BOI Weekly returns, some more participants, judges, and the acting MD CEO, Bank of Industry, Mr. Waheed Olagunju, bear their minds on the competition. Join us again.
Nigeria records post-harvest losses and wastages annually in the agricultural sector due to limited processing and preservation capacity. This results in high food prices and food importation, with its attendant effects on the nation's foreign reserves. To enable Nigerians optimize the benefits from the country's vast agricultural products such as cassava, oil palm, rice, tomatoes, and others, the Bank of Industry has launched a 5 billion naira cottage agro-processing fund, the CAP Fund. Customers can access the fund to establish plans to process our various agro-produce into food products or intermediate raw materials for industries at a single-digit interest rate of 9% per annum. For more information on the CAP Fund, please visit www.boinigeria.com/capfund. Bank of Industry, developing Nigeria's agro-processing industry through the CAP Fund.
And it's the first time I'm experiencing something, and I think I've learned a lot.
The step taken by the Bank of Industry is bold in nature and very appreciable. Technical education has been relegated in the past, and this kind of step taking will give a lot of advocacy for technical education. Technical college education is a type of education that eliminates joblessness, and it is the type of education that can develop the nation. But because of the type of the nation we are, the focus of our people, the focus of the government has been on the university education, making technical education to be forgotten. The belief then was that it belongs to those that are academically weak. With this step taking, there will be more interest for the citizenry in technical education. All the contestants were assessed based on their final year project being presented through the Bank of Industry. And questions were critically asked on all these projects. And even though you were not the one who really do the job, the questioning method were rich enough to expose all this, because we were able to ask about how the project was started and how it came to an end. All the material used, all the joints, all the welding joints, all the equipment and tools used, all the defects, all the problems encountered while doing the job. And if the candidate was not the one who really did the job, all these questions were enough to detect all this. The approach to this issue is to make sure that the competent hands are employed to teach in technical college. There is a kind of mix-up in the appointment of technical college instructors. Technical college instructors must have received training to train the craft men. Okay? There is difference between craft level and engineering level. But in Nigeria now, a great mistake is being made. A good number of governments, state government, federal government at times, do employ engineers to come and be training the craft men. And this is not so. This cannot give the best. It's like asking a medical doctor to come and be training the nurse. So this might not give good results. So this kind of problem is being in operation in Nigeria, where the professionals have not been employed to teach technical college students.
Well, the Bank of Industry is a development finance institution, and as such, our activities must be aligned with national aspirations. Now, at this point in time, one of the challenges facing us as a country is that of youth unemployment. And our analysis reveals that a lot of youths are unemployed today because they don't have skills that are required in the real sector of the Nigerian economy. And we looked around and we identified 7 areas where we found out there are skills gaps. And we're trying to see what we can do to beef up the quality of students and quality of graduates that would come out of our technical and vocational schools, such that they'll be demand-driven, right? Whatever they are doing will be structured towards meeting the needs of operators and entrepreneurs in the real sector, such that the skills they have will be what they need in the real sector. Because we realize that most entrepreneurs go outside Nigeria to hire manpower. For example, welders are required, right, in the construction industry, and as well as other industrial establishments in the oil sector, for instance, and even construction of cement manufacturing plants. And we realized that a lot of welders had to be imported from the Philippines and Indonesia. 5 out of the 7 skills are required in construction, like plumbing, like carpentry, like bricklaying, like tiling, right? Then the 2 others are fashion and automobile. Transportation is very, very crucial, right, to run in the national economy. And then fashion, I'm talking about clothing. Clothing, one of the basic needs of mankind. So these are areas where skills are required. You find out that a number of fashion designers in Nigeria too have to hire Senegalese, Ivorians, people from Mali, which shouldn't be the case. So we need to do something about our youths to ensure that we equip them with the required skills that are needed by entrepreneurs in the real sector. So that's why we entered into this collaboration with the National Board for Technical Education. So they identified the various institutions and they came up with the best performing students from all the institutions who entered for this competition. Under this first phase, about 23 of them, right, from states in the northern part of the country took part. There are prizes for them, the top 3 in each of the vocations. And the prizes are such that we present them with tools that they can use in their various skills, right? I mean, those in the fashion will be presented with equipment that they need, right, in that line of business, equally to those in the welding business. So that's why we're doing what we're doing.
How did he rate the participants' performance?
Well, a number of them gave very good account of themselves from what we saw. I mean, these are products of some of the students, right? And then we saw those who fabricated the agricultural processing equipment. We were quite surprised that they could do such things and they were able to explain. And on the panel, we had judges from the academic institutions as well as entrepreneurs, right? Those who are actually in the field. And they were asked practical questions. And they gave a very good account of themselves. Even where there were challenges and where there are gaps, they would know what they need to know. I mean, they would have identified areas of lapses and they need to know, they improve in those areas. So such an encounter, such experience will also help in building their capacity, right? At least they will know that outside school, this is what is required in the field. And they're able to engage and encounter with entrepreneurs from other parts of the country, as well as lecturers and teachers from other institutions.
How will the bank ensure that the emerging professionals stay the course and not be distracted or discouraged by the challenges of doing business in Nigeria?
Most of them would have 2 options, either to be employed as workers or to go on their own. For those who want, whichever way, some of the judges were identified who are entrepreneurs. For example, the lady mechanic, she has agreed to be the lead mentor for students in that area. The president of the Nigerian Master Tailors Association also has also agreed, and the president of FEDAN has also opted, right, to mentor them, to hold their hands, to ensure that they give them soft landing in the real sector, right? They mentor them and groom them. So with just such people around them, I'm sure they will be able to find their feet in the real sector.
Is this the first and last of this sort of initiative?
Well, like most things we do at the Bank of Industry, we sustain whatever it is we embark upon. We didn't get here yesterday, right? In the 50s and early 60s and even up to 70s, we did not have this skills gap. But the gap started arising in the 80s, 90s, and then early 20th century, right? Because of the oil boom and whatever. But a lot of students started saying no, they don't want to engage in vocational skills. All they wanted was a certificate and then engage in white-collar jobs. It took about 3 to 4 decades for us to get where we are now. So we cannot reverse the trend overnight. So we have to stay the course and ensure that we sustain this process for at least 1 decade, right? Because it took about 3 or 4 decades to get to where we are now.
Have you ever imagined a time when you could apply for and get a loan from the comfort of your bedroom? Or prayed that the processing time was shorter? Well, it is now a reality with the fast and swift Bank of Industry real-time online loan application initiative. The BOI online loan application portal is designed to deliver access and convenience to prospecting SME customers by ensuring that applicants need not have to physically visit the bank. Applicants simply have to submit all necessary documents via the online portal with the liberty to select their preferred BOI state office wherein their applications will be processed. How it works? Simply search keyword Bank of Industry and download our mobile app from Play Store for Android users, BlackBerry App World for BlackBerry users, and Apple Store for iPhone users. Click on the Apply button. Click on Register to register your account. A verification link and tracking code will be sent to your registered email address. Click on the verification link to facilitate login. Once logged in, you can complete your application, submit, and click on Continue to start tracking your loan application. An email will be sent to your email address confirming receipt of the application. With this initiative, BOI has reduced its loan application and processing turnaround time. Start applying for your loan right away. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.
That was how it all went down at the Northern Regional draw of the BOI NBTE Vocational Skills Competition, which was held in Kaduna. The Bank of Industry has much more of this kind of initiative in the pipeline. So if you're a student of vocational education, get ready. Next week on the program, we would bring you sights and sound from the competition for the Southern region, which was held in Lagos. If you're already a business owner and want the Bank of Industry to partner with you, start by logging on to boi.ng. You can also download the BOI SME Loan app on the Google Play Store. And don't forget to tweet at me at KAY Alayande. That's how we wrap it all up on BOI Weekly for today. I'm Kaide Alayande. Bye now.